Just when you thought that it was finally over and we can all move on with our lives, the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia situation makes a very unfortunate comeback, and this is probably up there as one of the most embarrassing things I've seen in combat sports. And what I'm talking about in this video is Devin Haney filing a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia as well as Golden Boy Promotions and alleging battery, fraud, and unjust enrichment.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
By lawsuit documents, Devin Haney's attorney said at no time did Devin Haney consent to engage in a bout against a boxer who was positive for a performance-enhancing drug, performance-enhancing procedure, or masking agent and would not have proceeded with the bout had he known. Bill Haney also speaks about this whole situation and says Devin is a consummate professional and Ryan Garcia has shown no respect for himself, the business, or the sport. Devin is the face of boxing because he has challenged the franchise in many ways by working with multiple promoters, by crossing the sides of the street, and now he's challenging PED use. Alright, this whole thing is a little bit over the top. I get it, right? People are shitting on your son. People are shitting on Devin due to his loss to Ryan Garcia because it was one of the biggest events of the year. Now, this is probably one of the most weirdest situations I've ever seen because rather than just leaving it alone, letting it die, moving on with your life, moving on to the next fight, instead you dwell on the past and this time file a lawsuit against somebody who, yeah, he technically was on PEDs, which is cheating, which is why they punished him. They took away the win as well as being suspended for a year, and the only thing that was a little weird is that he did have to pay $1 million to Golden Boy rather than to Devin Haney, which is why I think they're probably pursuing this lawsuit because they probably feel as though that money should have gone to Devin rather than going to Golden Boy Promotions, which is basically Oscar De La Hoya, Ryan Garcia's guy. It was confirmed that it was due to a tainted supplement, which regardless, it's still cheating because it was in his system at the end of the day, but still it was due to a tainted supplement, so that means it was very unintentional. And we see fighters testing positive due to tainted supplements a lot of times now, unfortunately, due to a lot of these supplements and stuff like that. They all come from basically the same factory. So, you know, me having my bachelor's degree in a chemistry field, I've worked in a lot of chemistry labs, and it's safe to say that cross-contamination is very much possible, especially on this type of scale when you're mass producing products. But in my personal opinion, filing a lawsuit is taking it a little bit too far instead of just moving on. And it is completely embarrassing for Devin Haney, in my opinion. When you look at some of the other crazy stuff that have happened in the past that did not lead to lawsuits, such as Miguel Cotto's situation with Antonio Margarito, the infamous plaster and the hand wraps, Miguel Cotto had every right to sue, seek legal action, possibly put Margarito in jail. Instead, he took it on the chin, took the loss on the chin, went and seeked out a rematch and overcame adversity in one of the biggest redemption stories in boxing history. And then now you look at this situation with Devin Haney and he wants to go to court. I just think it's a really freaking bad look. And honestly, I've heard many stories, and maybe a lot of you guys have heard the stories also, that Devin Haney actually lost over in Mexico, and him and his father did whatever they could to scrub the loss or hide it so it wouldn't show on his record so he can remain undefeated. But, you know, those are just rumors, just speculation. But, you know, if Devin and his father would go through this length after a loss, you know, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if it were true. I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. But what I will say is that Devin and his father Bill have absolutely no shame in trying to get rid of a fight and make it disappear, as shown when they attacked the zone and tried to get his bout with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney removed so that people couldn't watch it, basically trying to scrub it from the history books, knowing that over time people would definitely forget. Like I said, I just think this is a terrible look for Devin Haney. And hey, let me not gloss over it real quick. Bill Haney just said Devin is the face of boxing. I do not think so. Last time I checked, Devin Haney was kind of struggling to sell out pay-per-views a little bit, and Devin Haney prior to the Ryan Garcia fight was considered one of the best boxers in the world, but the face of boxing is something different. Being the face of boxing is completely different from being the pound for pound best fighters in the world. The face of boxing is literally just the most popular, the biggest box office name there is in boxing, and that is by far Canelo Alvarez. And until he retires, I don't really see anyone else becoming the new face of boxing. Canelo is and will remain to be the face because he is the biggest box office by far, and Devin Haney is not even close to that. But back to this whole lawsuit situation, I think it's very, very stupid. I don't think it really makes any sense. Ryan Garcia was punished for what he did, and I think it should have just been left at that, and Devin Haney should just stick to staying in the lab and getting prepared for our next fight should he make a comeback. But of course, I want to hear all of your guys' thoughts on this whole situation. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, I thank you all so much for the support, and I'll catch you in the next video.